All right. Sitting here. I was about to say it's early afternoon, but it turns out it's 7 p.m., which is my early afternoon. It's just me and my cat and these four gamers right here. It's a nice cold day out. Feels like a winter day. It's the start of, well, I don't know when the seasons actually are, but this is the first day of the year that's felt like winter in a while. I think we're technically in early fall. I'm a fish man. I live underwater. I don't keep track of this shit. Anyway, Imperial Glass 42 OS. Tidy Yak 24 OS. We got Eno weighing in also at 42 OS, and then we got Mad Dog 411 at the 35 OS mark. Now, we had a little bit of discussion early. Mad Dog and Eno talking about plans. Tick Snowmex starting to spam tick and slow expand out of Eno. So we got the first mech's actually going up now around the 1 minute mark, 112. Early ticks coming in. Eno, highly aggressive. This I do like as a start on this map. Was it Barcast that was casting a high level 1v1 where this happened the other day? This was really, this is a fun one because you get to watch little micro battles right off the bat. But Imperial Glass with the Rascals versus Ticks, having no trouble shutting down that early harassment. Meanwhile, Tidy Yak, our good friend over at the 24 OS, might lose one mechs to this, but yes, definitely. But that's going to be it, I think. I think we can contain the damage to that. And honestly, that's not so bad. We have vehicles over here too. So we're over. Could clean that up. There we go. We're going to move in. Yeah, this could have been microed better. You want to spread them out to cut off the side escape paths, but that's all right. Now we have a Rascal moving in for counter harassment here. We have 2 bots players versus 2 vehicle players in this lobby right now. Goes to show you the level of variety you can have in meta on this map. This is a fun map. It's good for your 1v1s, 2v2s. 3v3 is a little clumsy, but you can do 4 or 5 players pretty easy. I like it a lot. It's funny because it's definitely more of a macro map than many maps are, but it still feels very close and very knife fighty, and that's kind of the best of both worlds, isn't it? So it's always a fun one to watch. Can be stressful to play, but that's why I asked them if they don't mind if I spec this round. So Eno over here keeping up the tick spam. Ticks at the 3 minute mark. This is something that I've been thinking recently about, like differences in playstyle between strong players versus extremely strong players. Like, you know, people that say my level around the 30 OS level versus people in the 40s. And I think one thing that you could say about people in the 40s is they're much better at getting advantages. I'm seeing a little stuttering, by the way. I hope that's not an issue on my end. Anyway, no, sorry. People in the 40s are much better at getting value out of units like Ticks and Rovers later in the game. Not just at the very opening, but throughout the game. And the reason for that is that they're very good at keeping them alive. Like, look at that. Look at this engagement here. Look at how this is being handled. Now, these guys are actually going to trade out, but that's okay, because it opens up the room for these guys to go in. And, like, for example, you'll see someone at my level, like maybe even myself, building a good number of Ticks or Rovas or so on, and then going in with them and getting damage, but they die in the process. And I say, oh, that's a good trade. And, you know, there is such a thing as a good trade, but the best thing is to not have to trade, right? And that's what you see. 1 tick dies in all of that. That's what you see from these higher level players, is the ability to keep these alive and mask them up and, you know, get damage when there's damage to get, but not exchange material at all. Because at the 3-4 minute mark, these ticks are still viable, but only if you've got like 10 plus of them at a spot, right? Over here, this is 32 of them. You're only going to mess up to that level if you've been very, very careful about only engaging when it's a sure thing, which is kind of counterintuitive, right? Because a lot of the time in bar, you do need to take risks, because you don't always have radar locks, you don't always know what you're dealing with. But specifically with these units, your line of sight is so long that those risks are often actually fairly small. And by the way, there is a little pathable spot at the edge of the ridge here. You might assume you put an LOT here, you're good. No, there actually is a little side path. Anyway, Tidy Yak in a little bit of a little bit of a
Commander
dicey
destroyed.
situation there. I'm not sure why the health bar wasn't showing up, but now you know. Oh, it's because I was on player view. Sniped by ticks at the 5-minute mark. 24 OS. Realizing what it feels like to play against Eno. Meanwhile, Mad Dog doing an excellent job over here, taking out Blue, who has resigned from the game. So that's, you know, also an indication of how things are going here. And there we go, just like that, it's over.
Self-destructed.
So that's a clinic, honestly. That's a clinic. And that was from a zero mix start out of
Battle
Eno.
ended.
So these kinds of things, interesting, actually, seeing that resource spike from Eno. Was that metal or energy? Man, the metal produced very low. You can see the cost of that early aggression, but it worked for them. It worked for them, you know? Because you're making that early investment, you're getting continual value out of it. And energy produced, how do those charts look? Eno's still behind, Mad Dog way ahead, and that's because Mad Dog was not hampered in the same way that blue and green were. Metal produced similarly, you actually, yeah, you see Mad Dog pretty much in line with them. And then blue and yellow take off. Anyway, yeah, I'll stop trying to read my tea leaves here, and we'll go back into specking. Oh, and the lobby has just about fallen apart here. Now, no offense to Eno, but I don't really want to play a 1v1. So we'll see. We'll see what else we got. There's small teams. There's testing new proposed changes. What are the new changes? I don't actually know. Maybe we can figure it out live. I could ask them, but I don't want to bother them. But if they ask me to hop in, then I'll say, on one condition, you need to teach me what's going on. But let's see here. I hope we don't have to play glitters. We got a mid-rating 20 on Theta Crystals. Bar Academy Live. Yeah, I don't think this is getting started anytime soon, to be honest with you. PwnHub, that's a good username. All that glitters 8v8, man. Oh, man, this is a fucked up lobby if ever I've seen one. I'm not joining that. Maybe we look for one that's in progress. What's like the most OP lobby we can find? Ideally for small teams. Certainly not 1v1 noob. Noob 3v3, 4v4. Oh, we got some judges in here. We could take a look at these guys, see how they're doing. Are you hosting this one? I know these guys go live on Twitch all the time. I tuned in once and it was just a dude breathing heavily into the microphone. And I'm not sure who chooses to watch that or why, but yeah. Sort of anti-ASMR is how I'd maybe describe it. But let's see how this game's going. Bilbo Swaggins feels heavily favored by the teams, aka Ping Dynasty. Let's see. Okay, Judge Power is live on Twitch. Oh, yeah. Interesting misunderstanding here. Yes, I'm alive. I'm not sure why that would be in question.
Commander destroyed.
Now, this is a funny map. I usually see it played the other way around. Usually I see left-right starts here, but this leaves you with some situations where plasma bots can really just run the show, right? If you post up on this hill or this hill, I mean, especially this one with how the space is built, good God, then that's really, you're gonna get slaughtered. Nice run by here out of these fiends. And yeah, that's you can see Leto sort of angling for that. Judges McClare doing a good job surviving. Judge Power, unclear if you're actually even in the game. Over here on a little away mission. No units back at home. And living, frankly, a very dangerous life because you need to defend this hill or you lose the game. Bilbo Swaggins, 14 OS, claiming a high OS reclaim field here, I'll tell you that. I would have eaten the commander in the lab and maybe rezzed everything else, but you know, it's okay. That's hounds on the ground there. You want to get those hounds up if you can, especially on a map like this with all this high ground. These dudes right here could go right here and really just run the show. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if you realize, yeah, you don't even have radar to know what's over here. Not rezzing here either, interesting decision. I guess maybe you don't want to be mixing Hounds and Sheldons. I don't agree with that, though. I think units is units. Now we finally find out about the amount of artillery here and realize that maybe this is something we should be trying to gain some sort of tactical advantage on. But no, we're just going to engage them on the low ground. We're going to fight honorably, as men do, by taking unnecessary risks and throwing the game. There's nothing more manly than losing for a dumb reason. That's what I've learned from talking to these people. Oh boy. We got the fucking 12-year-old jokes in the chat here. Fernando Lupo. Getting more Mausers, bafflingly. Turning them around. Can't shoot. Man, this is, that's some 9 OS gaming over here. Over here we got 24 OS gaming, which at least someone understands the value of the high ground. You know, we gotta find a better lobby than this. I'm trying to find something interesting so that I can, like, talk about...
Commander has died.
Oh, face your doom. I don't know. No, that's gonna be, that's no good. That's on speed metal. I would love to face my doom, but maybe not in that manner. What else we got? I'm looking for like a small teams type situation with strong players. This might be the best we got right now, man. That's really dire. That's really dire. What's oh, Creed, Barbarians, Dojo, boring. Noobs, Glitters, 1v1 gaming. I would, but idle for 36 minutes, jeez. Over here. Pushing in. We gotta kill these wins, guys. Don't leave that up. What are you thinking? Now, the Eco story. Red team is up on Eco significantly. Blue is simply not making enough happen fast enough. This is this weird thing of like, well, I'm doing well on my lane, so fuck everything else. I'm just gonna take a position slightly ahead of mid, and then wait for that to be enough. It's like, frankly, you're going to lose by doing that. You need to press your advantage. If you have an advantage and you're not actively winning, then why not, right? What are you waiting for? What is your signal? What is your go signal to start winning? Because if you don't have one, then you are going to lose. Kind of funny, that almost hit the transport there. That rocket, I kind of want to see that happen. I don't think it will, but it would be really sick if it did. But yeah, over here we've got Bilbo's wagons pushing in. Yeah, man, it's all Glitters and Isthmus, man. I don't want to fucking play Glitters. This one at least has like a couple... Where did it go? Did it just start? Oh no, yeah. This one I at least know some people in here. So maybe this will be more fun. Got Fark in here, got Fantastic Ma. Strong player. See if we can get this going. High turnover rate in here I'm seeing. People getting rung when the game's not even close to full. Chaos, man. Absolute chaos. And the outcome of all of this is you get to play Glitters, so actually fuck that. We're just going to sit here in a 1v1 lobby. New name, 1v1, anyone. We're going to do a good map for 1v1. Let's do this. This is a cool looking map. And now we only need to wait for one player to join, and we will be all set. Keeping an eye out for any kind of good small teams game while I do this, because I do prefer those. Cody God of War. First game for this lobby. I wonder if this is dead or if you're just waiting. Set to 4v4, which does not inspire faith, you know what I mean? Rating 5 to 20. Okay, man. So I wouldn't be able to join anyway. Nice to, oh, there's Eno. Maybe we do get that 1v1 after all. Plot twist. Yeah, whatever, man. Come take my OS. Fuck it. I'm gonna lose, but such is life. Hey. Now I wonder
Please choose your starting location.
if this will be another Zero Mex tick start. I'm gonna go Cortex here. I've been liking Armada lately, but I will play Cortex if I'm gonna have to try hard against the likes of Eno. GLHF, not that you need it. LOL. I was wondering if it would be that. Now I'm still wondering, because that would be the perfect mind game. Now, I'm feeling like, I don't know if vehicles or bots is the opener here. I've seen some good 1v1s where people did vehicles and tried to control this whole region with that, and then LLT spam here and like around here. You worry about this because it gives access to your main, but you worry about this because it actually gives you money. So this is where you really want to bunker up, and then you have radar through here. For early warning on anything else. You could even pop the radar right here, gives you good coverage. Can't show you that right now, but you get the idea. So let's see this. Oh, Eno.
Battle.
Left? The fuck? Was it like a lag out or something? What happened? I was all getting psyched up for that. Oh, this looks really fun, actually. Oh, whatever, man. This will be a fun one to spectate. I would actually play this. In fact, they're trying to tap me in now. Oh boy, not really, but people have quit, so you know. But let's spectate this. This is my problematic fave map. This is the map that I'm like, I don't actually like it, but I can't help myself from appreciating it. It's got something going for it that is impossible to put into words, but just incredibly beautiful. And that is that it is an unreasonable macro map of unreasonable size. And a 4-player free-for-all here really does sound fun. Or excuse me, 4-team. Because that really is an appropriate number of people for the level of expansion that you need to see happening in these games. Now, the thing I don't like about having more than 2 teams, and I've talked about this before, is that it discourages attacking. It encourages defensive play. And Bar already is a game that kind of does that, arguably, in that if you attack and fail, then that's actually worse than if you did nothing, not just because you lose units, but because you give up reclaim, right? and the reclaim is basically a penalty on unsuccessful attacks. And that's the main... It's a comeback mechanic that other games don't have, and so it makes offering that comeback opportunity worse than it is in other games. And so relative to the average RTS, this is a game where attacking is much, much riskier. And then you add the fact that even if your attack is successful, it's not at all going to hurt the person to your other side, who can now hear that you've gone and spent all your units and come in and kill you. So you need to be able to handle... you need to be so far ahead that you can, like, be these people, kill these people, and defend these people, who in theory should be at equal strength to you, simultaneously. So it's only after insane levels of scaling have happened that any kind of an attack is a good idea, and even then it's a risky proposition. And so you see these very, I guess I could say sedentary games. You see these games where people just bunker up and fucking chill. And for a certain kind of player, I think that's very appealing. And that's valid. They're valid. You're allowed to play the game however you want. But for me, I'm someone who's always looking for, like, how do I win from this position? And if the answer is do nothing, that's just not compelling to me, you know? If the optimal move here is to be an NPC, then, like, that certainly appeals to someone, but that someone is not me. We do see a slow push out of blue here, doing some damage. Artillery on this high ground can be a tough thing to shut down. This is hard to get a radar lock on there. If you have, like, an advanced radar up here, then you're in good shape. That's what I would recommend. We see T3 Javelins trying to hold the canyon against this push. So the blue team really making multiple pushes on multiple fronts. Off of strong eco. Tony triple shot holding this one with the Aphis up. Getting good progress, honestly, off of the Sheldon ball as well. T3 not sufficiently abundant to handle it. Wombat's bad, apparently thinks Grunts are good. Chud Bungler over here holding the rest of the line down. And this is enough T3, these Javelins, that you gotta wonder why they don't just walk forward. But again, the game does disincentivize them from doing so you can't blame them too much. Pixies has Dragons at home here. And now, looking at the scaling that we got go... Oh yeah, Star Dragon is amazed to see T3 at the 25-minute mark. And there's one team deciding right off the bat here. We got the green team going down. Now, red and yellow, I think, need to call a truce. But yellow's truce will be called over the corpse of their opponents. Wind's built to chain react over here. Not over here, but they are built next to things that'll just detonate all of them immediately. And Farm Simulator ended. Yeah, this is Farmville that you're playing right now, basically. We have some Aphis being targeted over there as well. Red, not entirely out of the game, but effectively, what's the word? I don't know if it's mean to say neutered, but that's the first word that comes to mind. Over here we have the drone carriers, which are, in fact, armed all-terrain drone carriers. They've got many different weapons. You got your plasma shells, your plasma cluster shells, you got everything else. Chud Bungler has bungled the Chuds, as noticed. And yeah, this Sheldon push is going to be nasty. You already have the T2 cons with the consoles coming through here, rezzing this commander pro move. Oh wait, oh, I missed what happened over here. What did I miss? Incredible. Now, yeah, red. Now this is the trap that you fall into, right? After players start dying, is if you have locked down 1/6 of the map with all your fortifications, and you only feel safe standing behind them, then 5/6 of the map is inaccessible to you because you cannot pick these up and move forward. Actually, technically, some of them you can take the twin guards in transports. The persecutors, I don't believe you can do that with. I've never seen anyone try, at least. I guess I'm curious, how can you tell Is there any visual indicator of which things can or can't be lifted? Is there a modifier for that? I bet there is on the Twin Guard. Some kind of class. Transport heavy, you see it there. And then for this, it's going to not have a thing for transport at all. However, it does have 2 blank lines where that would be indicating that there's a field that's being hidden there, but the UI around it is not being appropriately programmed because some people have no appreciation for the finer subtleties of their craft, which is okay. It's actually called prioritization, and it's completely understandable. But it's the kind of thing that I personally get really touchy about, for lack of a better word. And yeah, this is going to be over soon as hell. I don't understand why Red doesn't resign here, frankly. You know you're not going to win, so like, what are you playing for? What is your objective here? Is it just to make them work for it? Red Commander over here, going to be detected by spam pretty soon. There is a Tsar in the area. Yeah, true facts. The only advantage that converters have over mechs is, of course, that you can put them wherever you want to, rather than being constrained by the map. So if you are boxed into a tiny box, then converters are the option that's going to be available to you within that box. In this case, the box has fallen to not even include the corner here. We see spam getting through there, map control not being exerted. You know, a handful of Twin Guards transported over here would solve that issue, but they're not going to do that. So yeah, we see ridiculous things being done here. And frankly, I wish they would resign and let us go next, because I would play in this. Yeah, Osamu Matsuo is making the correct... Well, it's easy to say at this point, but I think there's a stage in the game where this makes sense, and then it's a thing where you need to know when to grow past that, rather than just being locked into that mid-game decision well into the end game. Yeah, but this is exactly the thing, is that you need to not get locked in exclusively to defense, which means you either lift your turrets forward, or you reclaim them, or you build new lines. I mean, well, you do build lines by reclaiming some of the old. So, yeah. Basically, you need to not get locked into this, or you're fucked. But there is a time and a place where it's good, and there's also an expiration date on how long it's good for, right? One demon standing in front of the other there prevented it from using his flamethrower mech, flamethrower weapon, reducing the DPS significantly here, and the Titan almost was saved by that mistake, but barely does go down. The commander has moved back here into the corner. Pixie's begging for some reactors. Unclear at this point why it matters. Look at the numbers here. I mean, 2.3k metal income, actually fairly low for this point in the game, but that's just because we've got 37 unupgraded mechs left. 35 actually, I believe, because there were a couple over here that got counted. Good job. I love using the air cons for this, by the way. I think that is actually a very strong move. And I think you want to take a couple groups of them, just because that cuts down on travel times.
Commander, self-destructed.
Finally, the self-D comes through. Now, I will take the next round here if the lobby doesn't fall apart. What have we got going on over here? Noobs Rotato? I missed it just barely, because I was watching this. Oh, man. What a fool am I? See if anything else is open. Not really. Not really. This is ranked, even though it says just for fun, which is technically kind of a lie. It's for points, not just for fun. But, my free-for-all OS is very low, so I don't mind risking it in such a situation as this. I think I have more to gain than I have to lose. I'll just say that. Great news. Hemorrhoids says Damn, I want to play this so bad. Guess what, buddy? You're gonna. You're about to. We're doing it. We're playing it. We are one... Oh, no, we're 0 people off from doing it. I don't remember who won the last round. Let me pull up stream. I think it was... who cares? It was someone who's no longer here. But OV Major, 33 OS. I'm happy to have that on my team if that's how this shakes out. But Samamatsu is, of course, going to be on a different team. I mean, it's just for... It's just for fun. Why we kicking news out? Nice. Nah, dude. Keep this map. Let's just go. What are we waiting on? Let's just go. Come on. We've had so much turnover in the lobby on account of this dumb fucking vote. LLT on my team now, you know. Someone who does have moments of brilliance, you could say. Combined with other moments. But that's okay, that's all of us really. Certainly the same is true for me. I was hoping for more of a carry player on my team, but, you know, that's how things go. All right, we are getting going. We are getting going in this 4-way free-for-all on one of the biggest maps in the game. The classic 4v4v4v4. If you don't have to count it out on your hands as you're saying it, then it's not enough players. That's my rule. Alright, where do I want to start for this? I wouldn't mind taking like an edge start and just building out in this direction. I also wouldn't mind a corner start, but I feel like LLT is going to want the corner. And then the second most defensible... Oh, god damn it, I picked last! I'm at the mercy of the whims of a 1 Chev and a 13 OS. No, guys, come on. Oh boy, and if I ever mouse over anywhere, then they're going to take that as a recommendation.
Please choose your starting
I'm
location.
Gonna play here. I'm going to play here. And I'm going to aggressively expand in all directions. LLT clearly has a similar idea regarding the 1 Chev. Making sure that metal goes to places where it'll be well spent. Tricky thing about our start here, I'm going to go Cortex for this, reason being, spamming wind farms is actually very difficult in the canyon. There's just not enough room for it. So I think that my scaling is going to be more fusions, more reliant on fusions. And that's, this is risky. I think I liked your other spot better. We fly from flank, I think, this way. I'm happy to hold canyon as I can. And go Cortex here. Get my... I will still build a lot of wind. Oh, not brand new. You're 1 Chev. So either you mean that you're not new to the genre, which is not what's actually being asked here, or you mean you're a Smurf, which is illegal. Or you just mean you're counting like maybe 3 games as enough to make you not brand new, which I guess technically maybe. I'm not going to try to nitpick it. Yeah, tech actually is the correct call. Yes.
Battle started.
One of the funniest things, I find that most of how I conduct myself on stream feels like it comes very, very close to how I act in reality. And there's certain things that just don't map. For example, I just smelled someone smoking weed outside. And every single time that happens in person, I'm going to be like, oh, something smells good. And it's just very weird to be like, you're just going to have to take my word for it. Something smells good. But obviously you don't know that. But yeah, someone's smoking something good out there. Good for them. And yeah, we are going to be super duper greedy. But not so much that we die. Not so much that we die. That's great coverage right there. That's a very late GLHF, but, you know, we honor those. I think we're just going to do some kind of a repeat queue like that. Maybe only 5 of those. I think I'm actually going to take 2 guys to build in that direction, so that's a relatively safe one. We're gonna build a second perimeter here. Some spotters. I think I should have gotten a con turret up with my comm before I moved out of base like this. And yeah, I'm not harassing anyone because I don't want to make enemies. I'm just taking a defensive stance, which I think is the correct meta for this style of game. Okay, I do see that, so I'm going to move a couple dudes over to catch that.
Need power.
That's assuming it's going to me. It might not be. And now we're hitting the point here where I'm going to bottleneck on power. Which ain't good. Okay, we got grunts moving in this way. Got actually a non-zero quantity of grunts, so I am going to take everything onto the defense force now. As long as I'm not stalling energy, my turrets are going to be fine at holding this, but I need some solar to not stall energy. They are getting surprisingly aggressive here. Maybe it's just an early raid. I think I need radar up to understand fully what the plan is. I'm going to throw a second solar down. And yeah, I'm going to push back out here. In a perfect world, that was just them sort of establishing a boundary. Okay, yeah, they're just trying to set up a perimeter so that they can spot any aggression out of me. Which, fair enough. First guy's gonna go scale up wind like that. I really want to get that radar up ASAP. Okay, our guy... Oh yeah, okay. Good to know those are done with their job there. I think we're gonna try to set the perimeter with these dudes, kinda. Now, yeah, this is a huge number of pawns now, so I am going to start mixing in pounders. I'm not going to build those yet. Yeah, let's do a second row. I'm going to take these guys and kind of spread them out to continue spotting. I'm going to weave them in and out of the canyon here, you know? Kind of like that.
Need power.
Get that T2 con. Oh yeah, we're really getting dug in up here, aren't we? That means I should expect to see artillery coming up soon. I think we're gonna do fortified dudes over here.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Interesting. I can get Wolverines and fire them from back here, I think. I'm really low on energy still. Really, really low on energy, actually.
You've received new units.
Okay, good. Thank you. Oh, actually, so thoughtful. Even queuing everything up, ignoring the one mechs that I don't have built for some reason. Actually the highest value one to get. But, all good. These guys should go to you. You should go over, build that, and then go over there. And yeah, okay, yeah, we're slow creeping up here. So I do need to get Wolverines up to stop that. I think I want, like, a couple more con turrets, and then we can do more winds. And this is going to be my early game scaling plan, is straight up just wind, wind, wind. We're going to go into solars once I have a bank, but I'm not there yet, you know? I should also be thinking about this. Again, I can't afford it yet. I think after I've got my my fortified mechs is up, that's when it makes sense. That's going to be my my sign that it's time, that I'm ready. We're starting to get some energy income up here. Thank Lord. And what I'm wondering about is, like, how much pressure are we really under at the moment? Because it feels like very little, but that can change very quickly, you know what I mean? And now suddenly we are wasting... Surely not wasting. Okay, I'll give a little infusion to each of my teammates there. Get them all unstuck. Now this is a lot more metal than I get, I think, so I am a little concerned about that. Not enough to do anything, but just I'm going to point at it and be like, I don't know. Okay, yeah, and there we go. That might be... I think that's Sheldon's, judging by the muzzle sound. Which ain't good for me, man. I would have loved to have a T2 con up over there. Faster than this. So I'm gonna throw that down there, and I'm gonna... Yeah, because now my T1 artillery are completely obsolete. They're late to the party. So I gotta bring these dudes up fast, actually. We're gonna scale some build power in the area. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get pushed hard. Luckily, Pounders do incredible against this comp. That's why I got them. That's why they're there.
An allied commander
Oh, that's no
has
good.
died.
That's no good. Okay, we are at the point now of thinking about scaling build power a lot. Our metal income is up. We need defenses. Okay, that's going to be that con. And I'll probably have more jobs for more cons. But, you know, that's a start. Yeah, I don't love giving you that reclaim, but I don't think I'm going to try to stop it. Maybe I send up, like, 4 dudes. 4 expendables. Yeah. See, because, yeah, there's the whole everything. This is going to be the kind of game where I get a Juno.
Aircraft spotted.
Oh yeah, I forgot to build anti-air, so maybe I'm just fucked. Time to make fighters scream. If anyone can. Air fighters? Yeah, what other kind? I don't understand the question. Yeah, Juno costs so much goddamn energy. I'm gonna bring that stockpile down, though. It's that thing you always gotta do with Juno. Trying so fucking hard to scale behind this, and it's like just not gonna happen because I just don't have the energy. Shit, energy for a second. You can't this. So I can get Juno up. Perfect, yeah. That does actually go a long way. That's like, you know, maybe a third of the cost of a Juno right there between those. Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna clear that because it's not ready to fire yet. Not ready to fire yet. Bro. I can't do that for you, my friend. Okay, these guys, they're not bots, so they're not gonna do the good thing. Okay, first Persecutor up. That is high value in this context, and that means I do actually have a good reason to lock in a Juno shot there. No, actually, I'm gonna go not even exploiters. Just normal ass shit. Right there. Because basically I want these to pay themselves off as soon as possible, because as soon as someone looks at them and breathes on them, they're dead. So I'm like, let me just make them pay off quickly. That's a thing that I saw someone do a while back that I really like, is putting in energy storage at the end of a row of wins. I think that's very clean, you know? Now the Pounders are going to catch this attempt at a run-by. So this is not too much of a threat. We do have turrets on the parts of the base that matter. Check out how much that splash damage does, dude. Like, truly, check that out. We turn off repeat here. We're just going to be setting up defensive positions.
Warning, mines were detected.
Yeah, as long as there's Pounders, I'm not so scared of any of this. And yeah, there we go. Those guys did pay themselves off in time, I believe, although by a tight margin. We'll get another of these dudes, and we'll throw down that first fusion, because this is our sort of big plan for scaling. There's just many of these. And then the Juno is about to be ready to fire. I think it has already fired once, actually. Okay, another run-by coming through up here. More of these dudes. Send some stuff to catch that. Twin Guard's also very good versus Fiends. I was basically thinking, like, what are the mobile units that you're going to be trying to be harassing with? And then what are the hard counters to those specific units? Yeah, you're not going to get shit, my friend. Well, I guess you got the con. Yeah, these dudes just need to continue on forward. And there we go, we have our first fusion up, so we can start scaling. And that's really the objective of this game, is to scale insanely fucking hard before anyone figures out how hard you're going and kills you for it. And I do think that we're doing a good job here of projecting weakness and making ourselves look uninteresting to push. Which is good, in context. Let's take Pounders here, and no, we can do better than that. Something like that, actually. Looks about right for those. And we'll get more of them, because you can always have more. And yeah, I think as far as mexes are concerned, I could be upgrading more faster. In fact, I should be. Yeah, these guys should be focusing on that exclusively. In the back here, we're doing some pretty good scaling, actually. I mean, it doesn't look good, but if you look at the numbers, that guy is leading the team on energy. So good job. Over here. I don't know. yeah, we need to just scale insanely hard and insanely fast. So I'm building normal fusions because they're cheaper on build power. I have an excess of metal and just not that much build power. So I'm like, let me just try to get that into energy production as fast as I reasonably can. And then this guy, I'm gonna just send out to upgrade everything except the exploiters, right? Like, and except those, no offense to my buddy. But I would rather focus on building my own stuff. Now we are chiseling away at this front over here. I did forget anti-nuke, so we're going to remedy that now. And then we can get it up in about 20 seconds here. I do think these starts are empirically better just because this is so big to get all of that. But I don't know. Wow, Slaughter. These guys gonna be rich soon.
T3 unit detected.
I will drop that, and then we're gonna do
commander destroyed.
some converters on the other side.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Not too many, but some. Because I don't want to waste energy, is the whole thing there. Okay, so I think I need to push these guys real hard, real soon. So I'm going to take these units over here, which constitute my defensive line, and we're gonna defend with them. And we're gonna take everything else, mass it up over here, and we're going to attack. Because these guys are now thinking the same about me. They want to push in here, so maybe I actually... I mean, if you think you can do that, if neither player's attacking, then one of them's wrong, as I've often heard said. But similarly, if both players are attacking, there's a good chance that one of them is wrong. So, I suspect it would probably be me in this case. I don't know, though. Let's take this and do eco damage with it. Oh, there's the T3. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I gotta get back. T3 on me. Not what I love to see. Can still get that eco damage in, that good old harassment. And then we'll go back to you. And yeah, we're just gonna wipe these dudes out. Do I get more converters before APHIS, for sure. And get some more energy storages, too. But, our main priority is, of course...
Warning. Mines were
is
detected.
to not die.
T3 unit is ready.
Pushed. Yes, I see it. Oh, T3 ink on that side, too. We're not even talking about my T3. I think... Yep. I don't know if we're, like, dead, but we sure are not in a good spot. I'll tell you that for free. These guys are feeding a lot of metal into me, though. A lot of metal. Getting sent my way. And I think you're just now realizing the level of mistake that you're making here. I am going to res as much of this as I can instead of reclaim, because these are high-value units. I wonder if I get the AGO. I mean, probably, right? Like, it's probably bad that I didn't get it sooner, honestly. I take these guys, send them out and over. Okay, take these guys, send them down and back to catch. This feels like a lopsided push out of me. I should have stuff down here matching this. Make it harder to defend. This is good, though. I'm holding. By the time he says ink, I've already killed it. Love that. Love that for me. I was going to eat the small geos to fund the big one, but I guess I don't even need to. Come on, get out of my... Oh, you know what? Actually, that proves that this is a bad spot for that. Should put it back there. And, yeah, we're gonna eat those and then go on to there. Meanwhile, over here... You know what? Actually, I'm gonna eat and reinvest, is my philosophy here. Rather than rezzing, I'm like, I actually don't super care. I care more about eco than army at the moment. Dang, they might die to that.
An allied commander has died.
Yeah, that's rough. That's a rough one. That's a rough one, buddy. That's gonna fucking slaughter you. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. When you're using bombers to try to stop that shit, you know it's out of hand.
You're overflowing metal.
Overflowing metal to the team. In this case, I think that's acceptable, because Lord knows they need it. One of you is going to scale more build power. Yeah, okay.
Behemoth detected.
There's the behemoth. To be expected, frankly. Now, that is where things get very dangerous for me, though, I will say. I'm going to set target on the behemoth for whatever good that'll do me. They're never going to get there, but you can always try. I'll try to get one of these fuckers out myself. I could also potentially risk my comm. I think it's too hot for that, though. I think there's too much. This war has gone hot. I think it's risky. Behemoth, you can watch as the Rex are... Oh no, they're getting eaten. Never mind. I thought it was walking on them. It's just sitting back here. It must be. Oh no, there it is. I was waiting for it. Yeah, man. I'm just going to engage that thing from max range with a good concave, if that is at all a possibility. We're gonna try to... Good God, dude. This maybe is a... Maybe this does call for D-gun after all. I got plenty of energy. I can walk and cloak at the same time. I do think green is going to kill them. Now, let's see a real D-gun. There it is. What's nice about this is that it means that when we lose, it's not my fault, which is actually the most important thing about FFA, is who do you blame and how much do you blame them? In this case, I get 0% of that blame. I held my shit. If everyone else was as responsible as me, we'd be fine right now.
Nuclear missile launch detected.
Okay, anti-nuke. I catch it. That does tell me to build another anti, though. Maybe one further out. Oof. Now you see, that's high OS lobby chat micro there. The perfect small comment at the perfect time to demonstrate, okay, yeah, you guys fucked up. I'm perfect, actually. Okay. Yep, GG. I will call the resign vote. Because I don't want to drag this game out longer than it has to go. And now we get to spec. Yeah, these guys, look how much they've been left alone. Oh, were they the ones that killed over here, maybe?
Commander
Okay,
destroyed.
I assumed these guys would have the eco lead, but actually it's these dudes.
Destructed.
Yeah, we had 3 players on one half of our front. And somehow this happened. They just... I mean, there's not even turrets here, really. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, if you're... What is this guy's OS? LLT 36? If you're almost 40 OS in FFA, and you let these guys get by with this? Like, what? What? That's what it takes to hold you on the front? I mean, it's mostly flak, bro. It's mostly anti-air. Like, what? I don't know. That's some weak gaming, if you ask me. We're gonna get out of this lobby. Every time I play FFA, I regret it. It's a weird thing. 1v1. Duel. Zygomorphic Taco. Now, there's a fancy name. Oh, 1v1v1, even. Okay, I'll do that, too. I'm down for that. Makes my OS look less scary as well. We're down from 25 to 23 after that game, which tells you something about how few of these games I've played. Now, I do think I can win this one. I have a game plan in mind that I feel good about. It depends somewhat on which of these starts I get, but only somewhat. Ready up. Ready up. Let's go. Oh, coward. Just waiting. Just waiting. Wish this guy would jump in. Join. There we go. Wait, no? Ah, fuck. So close. So very close, and yet so far. All right. This guy knows what's up, though. Wait for the auto balance. Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. Now we start. And I think it's going to randomize the boxes, so I don't know if I'm actually going to get the one that's numbered 1, even though I was Team 1, but let's take a look and see what happens here. It could happen. But my game plan, no matter which start I get, is going to basically be to open
Please
bots
choose your starting
and
location.
take all my metal very quickly and build up artillery. And basically, I'm not going into the water. I'm not making hovers. I'm only going to engage with the other players via long-range static defense. And I think that'll be enough for me to lock down some of their C-Maxes, things like that. And I need really good radar coverage so I can catch the inevitable hover push that's going to try to kill me. So my comms expansion path is going to be to start here and then go up and get all these, and then radar up here. And then I'm going to have a good number of pawns on the map. Those are purely just to catch, or maybe I go grunts, or thugs, whatever the fuck, man. No, Maces is the one. Man, there's too many units in this goddamn game. Anyone ever tell them that? But this is roughly my plan. It's just to take my metal quickly with bots, play defensively, exert power on the map through long-range static defenses, not through pushes from units or through boats. It's possible someone's going to go boats and harass my C-Mex. That would really suck if that happens. My main goal is going to be to keep radar so I can suss that out early. If I catch it early, I might match the C play, but I'm worried that'll leave me undefended against hovers or amphibious tanks. So C is only really good once you establish a perimeter, right? And doing that requires a huge metal investment, so it's not going to happen for a while. So early game, you need to worry about harassment from the sea, and that's mostly it, right? And yeah, if you're building, for example, artillery on high ground, like up here, then things like herrings are going to have a hard time hitting that from their angle. Or really, there's very little high trajectory sea weaponry. You know, you kind of have to go to T2 for that. It's one of the only things that hovers have over sea is that your T1 rocket hovers are quite good for hitting stuff that's up on hills. I'll GLHF these noobs. Actually, I don't know if Creeping Fox is a noob, because that silver chef's there. Or not silver, but it's a silver chunk. And yeah, we're going to go just mad greedy here. We don't need to race anyone for the reclaim, which is nice. But we do still want to get it early. So we're going to go one res bot into like maybe 3 or 4 cons. Shoot low on my wind coil. Sometimes something pops into your head and the only way to get it out is to say it. It's one of those cases.
Low power.
Not even a pity laugh out of these noobs. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What is my life? The average wind speed here is just under 10, by the way, so maybe I do not want to be exclusively building winds here. I could build other stuff, too. I'm noticing some stuttering, which is concerning to me. Oh, wait, that's the path that I said I was going to send my comm on. So we're going to do that now. And do those, and do that. And that shouldn't actually take too long. We're going to build a build turret back there. And do that. Actually, we're going to do those, and then radar, and then you can get that and that. And a build turret, and a geo. And this last con, go up there, get that forward radar, and come back to base. Similarly, all of you path back to base when it's time. And for early defense, we're going to get some pawns out. This is basically, this is going to be, there's very little that could hit this early that's actually scary, but, you know, sometimes you do just need a few mobile units to catch something. So those pawns are sort of that avant-garde, if you will, ahead of my real army that I haven't built yet. And yeah, I think on the high ground here, what do I want to do? Very surprising that I don't see anything over here, by the way, at all. This is my early attempt at sussing out the strength of my competitors. Is basically, there's certain things that you can appear to underperform at as a way of feigning incompetence, and building your metal is not one of those things. That's something that is just a hard and fast, ironclad rule of the game. You gotta build your metal. Okay, so I'm getting that. I'm actually going to cancel that. Get a couple more reserves first. Get a couple more wins. Okay, blue's over here. And similarly, not expanding very fast. I think I'm outpacing both these guys. Which is good news for me. Now I need to think about relative prioritization between T2 and artillery. I think the artillery matters more, actually, which is sort of crazy to say, but I think it's true. So I'm going to throw this up. I want to make sure it can hit the Geo, and then it's not going to hit anything else, unfortunately. So that's where T2 comes into play, right? And yeah, you can path around this if you go around the edge of the map with hovers, unfortunately. And I'm just going to hope that that doesn't matter to me. Oh, I'm wasting metal. Never waste metal. I always do, but one never should. I'm going to build a build turret on the low ground here. Just in range of those 3 mechs, so that when I do get T2 up, I'll be able to, you know, upgrade easily. There's something about these, like, these types of games that just turns my brain off. Like, my mindset in a normal game, like a 1v1 or a small teams, is so aggressive, so, like, what's happening, how do we win, how do we get the edge? And here it's all like, I need to reduce my heart rate so that they don't sense my presence. I'm like, I need to slow my breathing, bro. Oh my god, it's Amumatsu in the spec. Fun. Matsudo. Not Matsu. I'll get it right one of these days. I hope that's in range to build. It must be, right? It must be. I don't know, though. So build that, and then we're just gonna turret it up, I think. Okay, and those are units. Let's see here. Yeah, we have plenty of bank to build this gauntlet quickly. In fact, I'm gonna reorder all these things and get that, and then that in that order. And throw down one of those as well, because my Geo is really going to come through for me in a big way. That's going to be how I scale. I have not thought about air at all. I forgot it was in the game, so I'm going to get like maybe 10 crossbows. These are being built on low priority, and I am really low on energy, and I'm going to stay low on energy for the foreseeable. Well, actually, the gauntlet's going to help somewhat with that. It'll be a nasty surprise when this guy tries to build his Geo and realizes what I've done. But for now, we can just take advantage of the con turret and throw down some wins. And we are working on this. Both of these, of course, in range. Most of our energy right now is coming from these resers. Or about, well, okay. It was about half of it. Now I think we're doing slightly better. I can use my comm for win too, I guess. I don't want to build up here too much, because I do expect to be pathing units through here, and I don't want to get in their way any more than I have to. But that being said, I do want to be building in range of the con turret. Glad you're having fun. What's up? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is, die to any push if you try. Fib, tank, hover, air. You gotta hold your land eerily. That's true, by the way. Well, yeah. Obviously, that's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, at this point, I should make T2. I think I maybe want a build turret first, though. It's weird that we don't have a build turret around the main here. God, that's my StarCraft 2 leaking out, calling it the main. I don't agree with that. It actually dies to artillery. It's too expensive for that. Bruh. Is this the bar class lobby? Did I miss that? You're gonna make my needs too OP. LOL. I'm like half joking, and I'm half like, dude, let us play the fucking... I don't really care if it's doing that, I guess. No harm done. Trying to test gauntlet range on other areas. Over there could be good for one. I think I'll do that, actually. And these dudes can go build some rows of winds along the back of the map. These dudes will start from the opposite direction and do the exact dang same. We're going to cut some notches in here for pathability, in case I need them for defense. I probably won't. Now, snipers, range 900, gauntlet, range 1200, so that does still reign supreme. What's the longest range shit? Well, I can make platypus. That's going to be my play, is platypus spam. That's how I'm going to raid these noobs. Because, I mean, I'm still me. I can't help but make an attack after a while. I'm not just going to idle forever, even when the game wants me to. Let me get a couple of T2 cons out, though. Build that and then get the comm back. I really don't want to risk the comm if I can avoid it. Honestly, I'm playing very poorly this game. This is a bad T2 timing out of me and all that. Who am I more worried about here? I think blue is sort of showing more signs of life. By which I mean literal signs of life. You know, units moving around, things of this nature. Was that a jammer that they just walked into? It's not a blind spot, I don't think. Potentially a very risky play for me here. Leaving all that alone. I'm gonna think about getting another con and a couple of assistants for him. I always forget platypus is in the game. Genuinely, this is one of the better parts of ARM T2, and I always forget it's even a thing. You know, there's a saying that you can't teach someone unless they're ready to learn. And then there's a certain category of bar player who's like, no, I will teach you what I'm ready to teach. I don't get that, to be honest. Oh, wow. Yeah, radar jammers up all over the place here. We are going to deal with that, though. Hey, there's, okay, yep. Confirmed. That's what I'm defending against, and we will defend. And see, by doing this, I force them, and now they're going to probably blow themselves up on my Geo, if I had to guess. That's actually going to be very funny. Let's see how many of them go down to this when they provoke that detonation. We can check. Yep. There it is. Tactical. Does it go bigger? And yeah, look how good that Pitbull is for defense. I'm not even gonna res any of this. I don't need to. It's fucked up that you can't build the AGO off of a butler like that, but whatever. And now I can cut that down because now we are gonna go into Platypus round 2. I don't know what to call that, but I have many ideas. None of them are mentionable in polite company. So instead we will just continue scaling. I did lose a good number of mechs to that, actually, in fairness to my opponent here. Got the bubble up here. Wow, okay. So you're on T2 and then some. I wonder if I can kill that. I'm gonna try. These guys go off of the control group. And, they remain in my heart. Let's see here. Now these guys, yeah, come to the very edge of the map. Line up over there, and then we go. That would be cool. Okay, we ride. The goal here is to kill, first off, the bubble, and secondly, any radar jammers. Because with the radar jammer, I can still manually target these things.
Detected.
But it's going to become a lot harder. Yeah, I will kill that, and I might kill both. Let's see if I kill both here. Okay, so that was a massive success. And now I can kill the Prude. I'll manually target it even. And that does show me you're making gunslingers for defense. Not a bad call, actually. I don't hate it. I think I will go C, actually. I think it is finally time. The annoying thing about having Otsamu coaching is that now it looks like I'm going C because I got told to. I'm like, no, this just is part of the game. It's a normal thing to do at a normal time. But now you've fucked up the optics of it for me. Okay, and we're going to try to keep our units alive because trades aren't as good as free damage. But we do want to get the mechs if we can. So we're gonna hit it from like here. And then we go across. Look for the Geo. Because yeah, you're getting ready to defend that. Okay, yeah, 2 beamers. This might actually be more than I can really handle with this number of platypus. And it's a T1 Geo, so there's not even that much value in killing it. And I think we're going to go immediately to T2 boats. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But you only noticed after I started building converters, so I'm not impressed at you pointing it out either. Stands for trash. T2 True facts. I would never lie to you. Oh yeah, let's actually not bring those guys in. That's so funny, the animation that plays when you fire from that far back. And these ones can boost the lab, but further out it's going to be all about ship repair. Let's put some damage on that, and on that for that matter. And I am still quite concerned about a push from blue in the sea. I think it'll be second verse, same as the first, a little bit louder, a little bit worse. And I'm a little concerned for that. I mean, not too concerned, but I'm like, let me make sure I have some things in place. You know, it's an easy thing to get caught by surprise and embarrassed by.
Need power.
Another thing to think about is, of course, anti-nuke. Which I actually had not been thinking about. Okay, we are now going to bring the boats in. It's boat time. Gonna burn through the energy on that shield. And there we go. Now that we're inside the bubble, it goes down instantly. And fucking GG, bro. We're just gonna swim around the edge of the map here. I do think that blue is gearing up to put some damage on me, given the opportunity to do so. Why is this pathing so weird? What? There's a word for that. That's like an established thing in real life. But I'm not a war guy, so I don't remember what the word is. Why can't this bro go anywhere? Oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat him, who cares? Oh, that would have been good if that got up. Still wouldn't have done enough damage in time, but it would have certainly done some damage. And now we are going to go back to the platypus play. It sounds like a Kingfinger something. Platypus play. I don't know if I want to know what that one is. There's no C-Mex here, but I can still eat the Reclaim for great value. Oh, I hear snipers. Bro, it's getting dangerously close to spectating here. I don't care though, I'm gonna win. Not that I really care, but I'm just saying. This is actually the greatest gift you could have given me.
Enemy commander
There it is.
destroyed.
And now blue's out of the game. So now we set up a perimeter on red, and we go in. I could get a vehicle lab and get, or actually no, air lab works too. They do have snipers up, which is going to very efficiently kill my boats. But I get the reclaim, so I don't actually care that much about that. Like, if you're killing things and collecting the metal, then I'm scared. But you're not collecting the metal. Oh, I assume those were LRPCs, but those have been T3 artillery this whole time. We're gonna do... I am playing Armada, so we can go up to T2 air. I'm gonna get 3 of these dudes and then like 10 sonar planes. And these guys are underwater, so the snipers and such won't have to, I won't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to set up a wide perimeter with my platypus. I'm going to wait for more of them, though, actually. But at a certain point, I'm going to be trying to go in from all directions with those, simultaneous with me sending in my sonars and things. And the idea, basically, is just... why can't I talk right now? Is to find the commander. Okay, we got all 5 of these. We're gonna fly them on out. And now is probably a good time to send them in, and simultaneous, we're gonna send in the platypus. All of these guys are going to work together to identify this little dude right here. Going to draw a little circle around the comm with the bombers. And, oh wow, 3 hits doesn't do it. Huh. Well, okay. I wonder if maybe it's because the hits weren't quite direct, which was actually intentional on my part, but possibly bad. You know what I mean? Gonna get a big dude up here. And then another one like back there, I think. Run the platypus forward, because they're only really useful for applying the flanking damage bonus in this type of a situation. Fat Boy's doing most of the work for me here. Good for them. And then, yeah, we're just gonna kinda carpet bomb. Where's a fucking idle butler? Eat that shit. I didn't need to know to hold that. Oh, I see. Yeah, you're moving in over there. Okay, so then in that case, fuck trying to build those mechs. let's try to keep the metal though that we're eating. And I've boxed in my comm here, which is actually very dangerous for me if anyone notices. But I don't think I need to worry about that. And yeah, pulsars will keep me alive in the long term versus marauder pushes. Fuck. I don't remember exactly how many, but there's definitely some representation there. Yeah, I probably should be going T3 here, though, honestly. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Honestly, yeah, let's just fucking end it, right? Like, what's the point? What's the point? Why even go on like this? But yeah, the reason, in case you missed it, is that I don't feel like contesting the Marauders there, and I know the Marauders can't build the metal. So I was happy to just get as much of the reclaim as I could. And leave it at that. If I was killing the Marauders, which I might do in a minute here, actually, then that would change the whole picture, right? But for now, that's not what's happening. Now, where... There's a con. So we'll just use some of those. Just really want more build power, just across the board. Yeah. That'll take forever for them to path right, but it's okay. Jesus Christ, dude. The long-range artillery will be the death of me here. Platypus not really good for much now, at this point. So yeah, I think a big ol' T3 Marauder push is what's in order for me here. And if I spot the commander, then it's on site with the lychees here.
T3 unit is ready.
All of those guys go on the useless control group. Get more air cons out here so I can expand over there when I need to. And now, yeah, that's enough Marauders actually to kill like 1, 2,
You're low
3.
on power.
And then these guys will be assigned to that advanced con, who will then just go up from the bottom and get all this. And we're going to take one who just goes over here and just aggressively reclaims. There we go. Okay, there's another Marauder I didn't know about. That's fine, though. My energy income is quite low, I'm noticing. Probably just because I'm building planes. Maybe it's... yeah, that's more what it is. High energy, but also high cost. Now, if these guys want to walk into the Fat Boy, I'm not going to stop them from doing so. That's certainly quite good for me. Those guys are all going to go on the Task Force control group. These guys can come back around. These guys maybe end up sniping. So worth. So incredibly worth. We're going to get repaired by the sea turrets here, which is kind of a funny interaction that you don't see every day. I'm not going in with these dudes yet. Because I know... wait, bro, I said get back. Apparently they didn't like that order. They're like, no, you're going in when we say so. Yeah, we can run these dudes in. We can get our sonar planes again. Try to find the comm. We can fly these bros as well. And the comm's probably cloaked, but I can look for a radar blip. That shows up even when I have vision of it. Nope, never mind. There it is. Incredible to just show me that. Incredible decision making here. So we're going to try our luck. And no dice. No dice, actually. Incredible amounts of flak there, so that's that one's not gonna turn out the way we want it, but that's okay. That's completely fine. These guys go eat and then go back. And we're ready already for our next push. I'm just gonna take all of these dudes and walk them in. Pop these dudes in the water so they don't take damage from that artillery. But basically, the platypus is the chaff in this situation. And the marauders, of course, rely on that for cover so they don't get burned down too quickly. So yeah, we're going to go in right about now. Comparable move speeds here. Marauders very, very slightly faster, but only slightly. Actually, there's nothing here to kill these dudes, so they're just going to chill.
Titan detected.
Okay, great. Actually, Titan. Oh, that's what I should have been building. So those guys can cross water too. That's a good play. Does this guy have anti-nuke, I wonder? I don't see it. And I've scouted basically the whole base here. So maybe I just, I mean, nuke always feels so toxic. Like, that's truly just a get-out-of-my-lobby move. But, frankly, this game's gone on 41 minutes. So, maybe that's called for. Oh, wow, they're still getting hit from down there. Thought you'd be underwater, bro. Alright. Now, one funny thing we can do over here is build a bot lab, and build a res bot, and then go resurrect this corpse. Get a second commander for insurance. Which actually is a good idea. My first one's kind of boxed in here. I think I might try to get that guy back to a safer location. And yeah, I definitely could be winning this way harder. I'm taking it easy because it's a game against 15 OS 3 Chef. And I'm just trying to chill, have a good time. I think a lot of people perceive Bar as a very stressful game. And if I could do one thing, I'd be convincing folks that that it's possible to vibe. I want people to understand that you can have a good time playing this game without sweating too goddamn hard, even though I do like to sweat as well. I do like that as much as the next fish. Maybe I build, oh no, you've got plasma shields actually, so I can't build plasma cannon. I see. Oh, okay.
Aircraft spotted.
Wait. Oh, wow.
Transport detected.
This is not what I expected to find. This is not even close to what I expected to find. Okay, sick. So yeah, we're gonna kill the build power. You have potential, my god. Talking like an anime protagonist, bro. Or really more like a mentor character, but you know what I mean. Talking like this is a fucking anime. Also, I forgot to res this dude. I just ate him. Oh well. I love it, though. I love it, though. Alright. At what point do we push here? Because this guy's definitely chilling. And I'm worried about feeding metal. I don't want to feed metal. But I also do feel like at a certain point, we gotta end the game. And we are approaching that point. But honestly, the more I chill, the more I can scale, you know what I mean? So, like, to a degree, I'm okay with that. Oh, wow. After all this time. This gauntlet's finally becoming relevant again. I guess I can eat this one, by the way, actually. That's a useful thing I can do. This is annoying. I don't have a good answer for that, actually. I'm just gonna push. These guys can stay behind on the cleanup squad.
Detected.
Yeah, no shit. Hey, you're actually holding. You're not gonna win, but you're not dying either. Like, I've been trying to kill you. Oh, never mind, I got the T3 lab. I'm no longer concerned. Snipers are so annoying to deal with, though. Yo, if I was Cortex, I could put a put a gun geo here, whatever you call those. That would be fun. Maybe I just make a flagship. Fuck it. On top of everything else I'm making. Oh, wow. Titan wreckage does get you a lot of metal, doesn't it? Not these guys. No, those guys stay back, but these guys can move up. Accompanied by these... Oh my god, that's the comm. Wait, no way is that the comm. We are back on our bullshit, my friends. And do not land, just hang out in that general area. And, I don't know if this guy just got bored of playing the game or what, but this is a bad decision to move the comm out like this. I think he must have cloaked them. But, wait, I don't see any radar lock, though. Did you have two comms? That's not possible. It was a decoy. It was a decoy. Oh, I got tricked by a fucking decoy. Oh, like a fucking noob. Oh, that's... Oh. Hey, well played, well played. I can't even be mad about that.
Nuclear missile silo detected.
Okay. Well, if you've got nukes, then it's only fair for me to fire my nukes. Yeah, I did shift queue a few of them. So clearly there's an anti-nuke in place that I do not see. So good for you. Well done. I did not think this game would run this long. Did not think this game would run this long. Kind of a funny little curve on that one. Now I don't know where the anti-nuke is. What guess could I make about where I can target? Maybe I'll try like right over there. Oh wow, look at, I'm wasting metal. Yeah, you're gonna get good damage with these guys. Good job, as always. Very satisfying, I have to admit. Oh, I can't do it over there. I don't want to go anywhere near that. That will be a self-solving problem, though. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's actually, it's, what do they say? The cost of doing business. That guy can go over there to remake that. I'm wasting metal. That's a little bit silly of me. Okay. I think that was more Marauders. Not sure, though. It could have been flak boats. Yeah, this might actually be boats. Are you... You're going C now. Okay. We're gonna kill that lab, then. This is probably right here. Very satisfying, I must admit. Oh, I've had my flagship up this whole time, and I've forgotten to use it. Well, maybe I get some support units for it.
Titan detected.
Try to start a chain reaction. It's not going to go anywhere, though. Starting to feel like I'm just sending waves of tower defense at this guy. But that's okay. Okay, we go in. Once again, the platypus are there to distract the pulsars. Down the comm. Hopefully this one's the real one. Unbelievable how fast my shit's dying, though, I gotta say. No D-gun? No D-gun? Huh. Move up within radar jammer range this time. Helps us close the gap quickly. And then, yeah, you see we get into line of sight, and now we're getting targeted, but not until. Not until we're in line of sight. Right, rather than it happening much sooner. Now, what would be funny for me to do, which I now need to do because it would be funny, would be... Oh, I can't build an air... Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a complex process, but I promise the payoff will be worth it. We are going to go over here, throw down a lab. Secondarily, we are going to be getting a lot of build power. And then if we can get that next too, then that would be funny, so we're going to do it.
Nuclear missile launch detected.
That's not going to do nothing. I got anti. Turn repeat off on those guys. Bring these dudes over here to T2. T2, what needs T2 on? These fine boats are having their pathing blocked by these other fine boats. Now, repeat, and we're gonna do the thing. The dreaded thing that the pro players do. And by pro, I mean mid. Okay, there we go.
Nuclear missile launch detected.
Repeat on. Put these guys on a different control group. And, yeah, all of these turrets, high priority. Oh, okay. Overkill, arguably. But you know what? I respect it. I respect it.
Titan detected.
And now we go in. Under cover of chaff, we move forward. Oh yeah, you actually did have some APHIS going back here. Good for you, buddy. Not bad. Not so bad. Actually chose to scale harder than I did. I was taking it easy. Fuck is that real comm though? That's annoying. Now that we've cleared out the anti-air, we can actually go investigate such questions. I'll turn off repeat here, and I'll grab these res bots and just have them eat everything. These guys go back on the main control group. As the big ones do.
destroyed.
All right. Oh, the
Battle
comm was
ended.
back there. Okay. Well, good game. Dang. Let's look at the scaling, I guess. Yeah. As expected. Actually, me and Blue neck and neck for a long time there, surprisingly. Until, of course, Blue got sort of deleted. But, man, that was a... Whew. That was a slog. I'm exhausted. Take it easy. All right, and that's it for the stream. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.